H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. So let me explain about this opening and what kind of roles and responsibilities you are about to play here.
Okay.
So this project is morely on manual testing. However, right, we need to find out that regression test cases for automation testing as well.
Okay.
So let's talk about manual testing as well as automation testing based on our requirement.
Okay.
Can you please introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I have over 5 years of experience in the field of software testing. I had experience working mainly in the banking, credit card, prepaid card domain. I have worked also in the healthcare and the telecom domains, but mainly my experience was in the banking and the credit prepaid card. In my testing career, I have been working on various system platforms and operating systems. And as a tester, I have written test cases, test plans, attended walkthrough meetings with the business analysts, project managers, and business managers and the QA leads, and also attended the requirement review meetings and provided feedback. And I have worked in different databases, and as far as testing, I have performed smoke testing, functional testing, backend testing, black box testing, and regression testing, UAT, and I have also tracked the defects. I have written the defects actually in the defect tracking tool, which I used. That was the Quality Center, and that was quite much what I did pretty much.
Yeah. That's great. Great to hear, Nazima. Like you said that you work with like many domains like such as banking, healthcare, telecom, and financial domain.
Yeah.
So which domain testing you feel that difficult? Can you please explain?
Yeah, sure. From all these domains, I think the banking domain was more challenging for me because in the banking domain, like we had, like many interfaces. Like we had the credit bureau, we had self-service, and we had, the IVR, the interactive response, interactive voice response, and customer service, authorizations and clearing settlements, and so on. So, and we had many challenges, like we had so many compliance releases every quarter, and in between we had the Fed regulations coming up. So it was kind of challenging for all the team, for everyone.
Okay. So, what are all the responsibilities you played in your current application?
Well, I have the responsibilities where I wrote the test cases, and basically, the backend testing, and I had to write the SQL queries for that to retrieve the data from the database, and I was also involved in writing the test plans, and I had to attend all the walkthrough meetings with all the team members and the higher management. And I had to I had to follow the timeline. And once the test, after the build was given, we had to execute them and then do the regression testing. So that were all my responsibilities.
Okay, that's good. So, can you give me that most challenging situation you had during your testing?
Yeah, the challenging situations were, we had, as I told you, we had the quarterly compliance releases. And if the new Fed regulations, they take the higher priority when they come up. So we had to keep these aside, all the compliance releases, and we had to work for the Fed regulations. We had to test those, and then we had to first do that work first. That was the higher priority, and we had to give those releases first. So this took the back end, and once we finished that, then we had to come back. So the priority shifted. So once we finished those, then only we could come back to the compliance releases. So the timeline would come to the end. So we had to rush for everything. So that was kind of big challenge for all the testers and the leads and for everyone in the team.
Okay. So you will have that regular updates on a quarterly basis, right?
Yes.
Okay. Fine. So in your current application, what are all the modules you work and what are all the modules you tested?
The modules I worked were self-service, customer service, the IVR, which was interactive voice response, the authorizations and clearing, that is the settlements, and the credit bureau, and these were all the things I worked in. And I had to test all, the self-service, which was the GUI interface for the customers. So we tested manually all those. And we also had the interactive voice response. So the people who wanted to check their balance and stuff over the phone. So for them, we had everything set up for that. So I tested even those all those functionalities and the authorizations, which were coming through the credit cards for all the customers. We had to check all the authorizations, whether they were coming correctly, and the associations from from where they were coming, and the clearing the settlements which were done in the night, they would come up as a file. So we had to match those authorizations with the clearing, whether all the they were all correct, and we did not have anything missing.
Okay. So you said that, you are also part of a review meeting. So what kind of review meetings you had in your organization?
Yeah, we had the review meetings where they were mostly to get a clear understanding of the requirements which the client has given us. So we all have a meeting to make sure that we understand all the requirements. The BA and the developers and the testers, we all have a meeting, and we discuss and get a good understanding of the requirements.
Okay. Fine. So from which phase of SDLC testing team should be involved, like in your current project, right? From which phase of your SDLC your team is involved in the project?
The team should be involved from the beginning of the project started. because it gives us a good time to understand the requirements and to set up the test environment. And also, we will have time to, you know, get the test plan ready, and we could do the requirement analysis if we have any doubts in that with the BA and the functional specification documents. We could get a clear understanding of that. So we should be involved from the beginning of the project.
Okay. So you mean to say that from beginning means from the requirement phase, right?
Yeah, right. From the requirement phase.
Okay. Okay. So what are all the deliverables you have in your current application? What kind of deliverables you deliver to the stakeholders?
We have the test plans, the test cases, the RTMs, and we have the defects and everything.
Okay.
All those deliverables. Yeah.
Okay. So you said that RTM. What is the benefits of this requirement traceability?
The requirement traceability matrix will be used to track whether all the requirements are covered by writing the test case. When we write the test cases, we should make sure that for every requirement we have a test case. So the requirement RTM is used to match actually the test cases.
Okay. Okay. So say for example, like right, I gave you 100 test cases for your testing purpose, but you don't have sufficient time for testing.
Okay.
But you have to complete the testing. Then what is your strategy?
We actually prioritize in that case. We prioritize the test cases and then execute them.
Okay. Okay. You mean to say that you guys will prioritize the test cases and start testing?
Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Okay. Okay. What are all the testings you performed on the current application?
I did the smoke testing, the functionality testing, and the backend testing, regression testing, and also took part in the UAT.
Okay. So have you done any negative testing?
Yes, I did the negative testing.
Okay. So you said that you performed UAT testing. Can you tell me like what kind of responsibilities you played as part of your UAT testing, and who will provide the test data for UAT testing?
The test data will be provided by the customer in the UAT testing, and we had to be involved in the sense that if we had any issues in the production, then we had to go for the root cause analysis and see what the exact defect was, where the problem is coming from. So we go there and see if it is from our side, then we fix it.
Okay. Okay. So what is the difference between alpha and beta testing? As you know that alpha and beta are user acceptance testing.
Yes,
so I wanted to know like what is the difference between alpha and beta?
The alpha testing is the testing which the application which is done in the development, the IT environment, in our environment, and the beta testing is done in the real-time environment, that's the production environment.
Okay. So, now how can you tell that when you are, while writing the test cases, how can you tell that you are done with enough test cases to start with your test execution? On what basis you will tell?
It is the same again. We match it with the RTM and see whether all the requirements have been met, and then we say that all the test cases have been written.
Okay. Okay, fine. So which tool you guys are using to track your defects?
It's the quality center.
Can you explain me that defect life cycle?
When we find a defect that is a new defect, it is the status is new, and then we open it. We forward it to the developer, and the developer looks into it and he fixes it. And once it is fixed, it is set. It is the status is fixed, and then it comes back to us for testing. We test it again, and if it is fixed, then we say it is fixed, and if it is not, then it goes back to the developer for fixing again. And if it is fixed, we close it. If it is not, then it goes back to the same cycle.
Okay. So can you throw some light on severity and priority while creating that while logging the defect? We will give this priority and severity. What is priority and what is severity?
Severity is from the applications, from the end user point of view, like how severe, at what severity is the bug, how soon we have to fix it, how it is going to affect the functionality. And priority is from the application point of view, like how soon it should be fixed.
Okay. So say for example, like you are logging one defect, but the defect is affecting 3 test cases. So what you will do?
We make both the test cases. We assign the status as fail and give the same defect as the reference to the developer. And yeah. Okay.
So what is the difference between regression testing and retesting?
Retesting is done to verify the defects, defect fixes, whereas if the bug is found by the tester and then it goes to the developer, he fixes it, and then it comes back to us and we retest it to see whether it is fixed or not. And regression is performed to check if the defect fix has not impacted the other functionalities that are working fine before changing the code. That is regression.
Okay. So, what are all the different metrics you guys are using to report? Like, I wanted to provide my metric. As part of the metric, what kind of metrics you guys are following to showcase your defects?
I
What
didn't
are all
get
the
your
different
question.
metrics? Yeah. Okay, fine. Let me put in this way. Okay. What are all the different metrics you guys are using to report defects? What kind of metrics you are using?
Reopen the defects on the build-wise, defect priority and severity, root cause analysis of the defect. Those
Okay. Yeah. You work with automation testing as well, right?
I have the knowledge of it. I have done it for a short period, so I have knowledge about that automation testing.
Okay. So how can you rate yourself in the scale of 1 to 10 in QTP?
In QTP, I can say I'm 3 to 4.
Okay.
One, as you say, 1 is good or 10 is good?
Yeah, it's 10 is good.
Okay, yeah. So I'm 3 to 4, I can say.
Okay. So how many types of recording modes are available in QTP?
We have normal, analog, and low level.
Okay. So what is object repository?
The object repository is used to manage the test objects.
Okay. Okay. So have you used regular expressions in PPP? Like,
Yeah.
do you have any knowledge? Do you have any knowledge?
Yeah, a little knowledge about it, yes.
So what is the use of regular expression?
We use the regular expressions in QTP to handle the dynamic objects.
Okay. So do you have any idea on parameterization?
Yeah.
Okay. So what is parameterization?
Parameterization is testing the same, in place of just using one, only using, once we can take a different, what to say, we can take different values for these same thing. Like, we can take, if there are 100 users, we can take like 100 usernames and passwords. We can change them using the parameterization.
Okay. Okay. You mean to say that testing that same functionality with multiple sets?
Yeah, with different, right, with different test
Okay.
data.
Okay,
Right.
fine. Okay, got it. Okay, got it. You used Quality Center to track your defects, right?
I'm sorry?
You used Quality Center to track your defects, right?
Yes.
So what are the features available in your Quality Center?
In Quality Center, we had the requirements phase, the test plan module, test lab, defects, and we had the dashboard.
Okay. Okay. Fine. Okay, what is the main purpose of storing these requirements in Quality Center?
It is to track them with the test cases. It is the same thing as we do, like to see whether all the requirements are met or not.
Okay. So you said that you are also compatible with SQL as well, right?
Yes.
So, yeah. Okay. Let me ask a couple of questions here. So if you want to display the current date, do you have any function? Do you have any function to display the current date?
The current date?
Yes.
It is date.
Yeah, yes, I want to know the current date. So is there any way to get that current date?
We use get date.
Okay. Okay. So I want one SQL query, right, to find the name of the employee, right?
Okay.
Who starts with, say for example, N.
Okay.
So now I needed SQL query to find the name of the employee whose name starts with N. Can you give me that snippet?
Yeah. It is select employee name from the table employees, where employee name, like it is in the quotes N. Okay.
Fine. So is there any difference between joins and union?
Joins are, you can retrieve the data from two or more tables based on the logical relationships between the tables. For that we use the joins. And the union is used to combine the results of two or more queries into a single result set that includes all the rows that belong to all queries in the union. That is the purpose of union.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Najma. I'm done with the interview. If you have any queries, please let me know.
I was just, I would like to ask, like you said, like the position is for the manual and the automation.
Yeah.
So I'm eager to,
Actually,
I'm comfortable with manual testing, but also I'm a good, I'm very eager to learn a new technology. So I can, I can learn new things, and I can fit into any kind of job, any role.
yeah. Yeah, Nazima. As I said earlier, this is mainly focused on manual testing, and maybe like in the future releases, we may automate some regression tests here.
Okay.
But mainly it is focusing on manual testing. Okay. And if you have any more questions, please let me know.
No, I'm fine. I'm good. Thank you so much.
Okay. Yeah.
It was,
Thank you.
it was
Thank you,
really,
Najma. Yeah.
Thank you. It was really good speaking to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
H2K Infosys provides world-class online IT training, staffing, and software testing solutions to customers worldwide. H2K Infosys, how we are different from our competitors. 100% job-oriented training, hands-on project work, cloud test lab, resume preparation and review, mock interviews, robust syllabus, one-time fee and lifetime access to classes, access to recorded sessions of live classes. H2K Infosys has won the trust of thousands of students worldwide. For a free demo class, visit us at h2kinfosys.com.